Working for Haltech has given me a lot of opportunities. One of the first things that I had the opportunity of doing was actually I flew out to Oklahoma and worked on two of the Street Outlaws cars.
Oh, really?
And yeah, like we flew out there and we had to wire them. This was still like super early, before we offered like a plug and play harness for these V8 cars. And we went out there and ran into a snag because one of them had this like super cheater like pro stock intake manifold that was actually like chopped up like crazy, but then like bondoed back together to look like it was an untouched manifold.
Oh, really?
Well, it had like a solid inch of bondo a few places, but it was like it made a lot of horsepower for like a carburetor.
Yeah.
Well, they were going EFI, so I went to like add fuel rails to this thing, and I was like, guys, I'm grinding here, and I still haven't found the bottom of this bondo. And the guy who owned the car was like, oh yeah, that was like this like super cheater, hush hush manifold from like pro stock days. And I was like, I can't do anything with this. Like, and now the guy who owned this thing, like proper fabricator too, and like the whole thing like was just such a crazy thing. Me and him ended up taking an old tunnel ram, and we spent, oh, god, we started welding at like 11 a.m. and then like I left at 3 a.m. because we had to raise the ports because there's a big block Chevy, and it had high port heads on it. So you have to like weld up the bottom of the port and then weld up the top of the port and then like add flats for all the nitrous. And so like me and him took turns welding until, like I said, until like 3 in the morning, when I was like, okay, listen, dude, like I can barely keep my eyes open. I need to go back to the hotel and sleep for a couple hours. But it was like the coolest thing, that like entry to motorsports profession. Like, let's go work on these super famous cars from Discovery Channel. Like, I can't talk well enough for like the place that I work. Like, it is a dream job. Like you get to play with race cars all
Yep.
day.
Yep.
Well,
I fully
sometimes.
understand.